I always though like it's crazy because you see the generations, like, kind of like what you were talking about, and some people are very proud of where they come from and their heritage and their culture, where others are not as proud. And I'm like, dude, being Cuban is freaking awesome. You know,
Well,
there's nothing like being around a domino table and that kind of atmosphere. I don't know.
It helps that we run the city too.
and my store's in Hialeah. I have no choice.
Yeah, exactly.
I have no choice.
It's not even a discussion.
I think I learned how to speak Spanish here when I got here.
Yeah.
I was talking broken
true.
Spanish in New Jersey.
What's going on, everybody? We are here at the NSA golf tournament here at the Trump Doral in Miami, Florida. We're here with Carlos Hernandez, former president of the organization and executive board member. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you guys for being here
and doing this. So can you tell us a little bit about what NSA is? And I know this is the Florida chapter, but overall as an organization and everything that you guys do.
So National Supermarket Association is a group of independent grocers coming together in order to be respected more like a chain, treated like a big group, so we can better compete with the chains that are out there with a lot of stores. So most of our membership, which is now over 100 stores, from Homestead all the way to Ocala, we are independent store owners that majority have one store. Some people have 2 stores. We have guys that have up to 10 stores. But at the same time, we're still independent. And where our banners are, National Supermarket and Bay Supermarket, Bravo, Key Food, there's always an owner in the store, not like the big chains with the big corporate structure. So we needed an organization or a group to bring us together. And since we don't consider ourselves competition, we're trying to help each other buy better and perform better so we can give better prices and better perform for our communities.
Got it. And what is kind of your, I guess, competitive advantage, you can say, when it comes to competing maybe with some of the larger corporate?
And I think that's the whole thing. Larger sometimes doesn't mean better, right?
Right.
Coming from a guy that's 5'4", sometimes smaller is better. And what we are is we're a family organization. You're gonna know the people in the store. You're gonna know the cashiers. You're gonna know the butcher, and you feel more at you have the cafecito at the cafeteria, la ventanita. You have everybody knows everything when you go to a store. I just came off of the radio, and the guy was talking about it's like a community center. Yeah. There are people in every store that you could go every day, and there's the same people always outside. So it's a place where people come to gather, talk. Most of the time politics, right? But we try to talk about other. It is a social setting. And believe it or not, I've been, I'm second generation in business, and I've seen 3 generations in my store. There's kids that I saw born that are having kids now.
That's crazy.
So it's kind
full
of
circle.
It goes full circle, and I guess that just makes me older. But at the same time, it's still that same family coming to the store after 25 years.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool.
That's
pretty cool.
I think that is, looking from the outside in, that's the first thing I kind of think of. It's like, it's your family essentially, familia.
It's where it's comfortable, right? You go where it's comfortable to shop. And, it's just something where you feel good going there, and it's easy, and it's your neighborhood store.
Yeah.
And that's what, thank God, I think the group is, we have a real successful group, and the stores are very prominent in our industry.
Yeah.
It's not just like, another store. No, these stores are big stores. They're not little bodegas anymore. These are big stores. Some of these guys have stores that are 50,000 square feet.
Wow.
The size of a Publix, let's say. So that not every store is small, but not every store is the same size. So you got a full gamut, and we serve the underserved areas. So where the big boys don't want to be because of the neighborhoods are very ethnic or very Spanish or very whatever it may be.
That's where you guys
we operate and we succeed there.
That's awesome. That's cool. The Juan was telling me you're Cuban, correct?
Yes.
So you born in Cuba or
born in New Jersey,
born in
Cuban
Jersey.
parents,
Funny, my dad was first born in the States and born in Jersey. Yeah.
Yeah,
where the first
my
ones
mom was
came,
born
right?
in New York, and her parents were Cuban as well.
Yeah.
So I would see
awesome.
big immigration
Yep.
movement through
Over
there.
there.
And,
All the factories were there. All the factories were there.
What was that? What was that? What was that called? Not Amelia. Not Amelia. The whole what was it?
Mariel Bodler and Mariel.
No, not that. That's not what I was thinking
Oh.
of. But yes, that's one.
That was 1980.
Yeah.
That's a long
this
time.
was- this was even
my
before
dad.
that.
My dad was born in Jersey because my grandfather was working the World Fair in '64.
Oh, look at that.
And so he just happened to be there that year. And
wow.
And there was a lot of his family still there, but they came back to Miami.
My mom
after.
came in '59, just right after
Yeah.
the whole issue started, and my dad, she was able to bring my dad, in '60. So
Nice.
me
Yeah.
and my brother were both born here, and we're a lot older than you. So
I always though like it's crazy because you see the generations
Yes.
kind of like what you were talking about, and some people are very proud of where they come from and their heritage and their culture, where others are not as proud. And I'm like, dude, being Cuban is freaking awesome.
Well,
there's nothing like being around a domino table and that kind of atmosphere. I don't know.
It helps. It helps that we run the city too.
and my store's in Hialeah. I have no choice.
Yeah,
I have no choice.
It's not even a
So,
discussion.
I think I learned how to speak Spanish here when I got here.
Yeah.
I was talking broken
true.
Spanish in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I learned here, and of course, we're connected to the culture. It's every.
Yeah.
I mean, my particular store is 98% Cuban. 99% Cuban. It's all we cater to. So yeah, we're a big part of it.
Oh, definitely. So talk to us a little bit about the tournament today. You guys have
awesome.
been doing this now for a few years.
Yeah, so we've been doing this since 2011. So this is 13 years
13
now,
years,
I think.
yeah.
I've been fortunate to organize all 13. And this has been just every year gets more successful. We got huge turnout. This is a sold out event as of 3 weeks ago. The industry loves it. We try to keep it. This is an amazing place. This course and the people here do a great job at the Doral. It's just everybody wants to play here. Everybody wants to be here, and the event is special. This year, as of last year, we do a hybrid event. So we do golf and a domino tournament.
That's cool.
So we have about 130 something players playing golf, full course. And we have 48 people playing dominoes.
That's pretty awesome.
All raising money for our scholarship foundation. And last year, I mean, this is going to be the second year now in a row that we'll be able to give out over $100,000
Wow.
just
Nice.
based on this event.
Wow. Amazing.
100% of the monies raised after expenses go completely out to kids and scholarships to the community all around our community. So
Amazing.
we have 100 stores. We tell every store to contact their closest high school and affect that high school. So we want to affect or take care of the school that's closest to us that's shopping in our stores.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah, it's all interconnected at the end of the
Correct.
day, and obviously,
Yeah.
giving back to the community is a big part.
That's right.
A big part of it. If somebody wants to apply to a scholarship through you guys, is that through your guys' website?
Yep, through
does
our
that work?
website.
Okay.
It's open on the website. It's an official, form. You have to give your transcripts, essay, the whole ordeal, and we have a team that reviews them, puts them in, and picks the winners. And most of the time, we give something to everybody. So
That's
it's
awesome.
something
Very
that
cool.
we're trying to. And if we need to raise more money, we try to raise more money
find a way to
and
do it.
take care of the people.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome. That's a great initiative.
Yeah.
So obviously, golf is a big part of what we want to do, and it's obviously, like you said, sold out crowd as of 3 weeks. So
Yeah.
obviously, there's a lot of representation out here, and people like to golf. You're an avid golfer. What's your point of view on as a recreational side at the game of golf? What's your thoughts on it?
golf, right? The most frustrating thing that we love to do.
Yeah.
So
Perfect
it keeps you
description.
coming back. Golf is
Somehow,
something
some
that
way.
when you start golfing and you get the bug,
Yeah.
you're hooked.
Yeah, it's
a real
And
thing.
you start doing the lessons and the golf bag and the clubs,
Dude.
and you get involved. And golf is such it's a relaxing thing, as frustrating as it is.
Yeah.
Being out on the golf course, I guess, is one of the things that separates us from what we do every day.
Yeah.
Especially being in a store all day, I love to get out there and just,
Exactly.
I look at my surroundings and I say, I'd rather be here than in aisle 2.
Anywhere else. Exactly. Yeah.
So, never mind the surroundings. The golf is the competitive nature of the thing, and we can all always improve our golf game. There's nobody, the professionals are always improving.
Always, they're fixing their swing and they're at the highest
all
level.
the time. So it's something that is so addictive, and so if you're competitive at the littlest level, at the smallest level, you're gonna go crazy with golf. And so if you want to start, make sure that you want to start, because
it's gonna
bite
get
you,
hooked.
and you're gonna get hooked.
The way
and
that
then,
these the way these courses too are packed, jump in early, but
it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, since you've been doing this tournament for 13 years, have you ever won it?
I have not won it. As an organizer, I don't think it looks good. At the same
Shave
time,
a couple strokes.
I try to play if this is very our membership has to get a sponsor to play. So we don't let them. It's not that we don't let them. We want the sponsors here, and we want them to play with members.
Yeah.
So we encourage sponsors to play with members, and we're here to raise money, right?
Yeah,
so
of course.
it's not if we let 100 members come and play, it's going to be hard to raise money.
Yes.
We're trying to raise money by having sponsors.
It's a good balance.
So this is a great event for that. At the end of the event, it's not just an award ceremony to give out trophies for golf and dominoes. We bring in the scholarship winners, and we give out scholarships in front of the vendors, and they see where the money is going today, right in front of them. And it's that's the most rewarding thing that we do all year.
Amazing.
And the families are here, they bring their parents, so they get to see it, and you get, and then, hey, I shop at your store. They'll go up to their owner because they recognize the face and say,
that's cool.
Hey, I'm from your store. I thank you so much for giving my child a scholarship.
That's amazing. And then imagine the word of mouth that comes with that.
Yeah.
And that's the whole, we don't do it for that. We're doing it to give back and help. But yes, we want to affect the people around us instead of just, nationally broadcast that we did this. We don't get no cred. We don't get no credit
you guys are
for doing what we do.
Of your
We're never on TV.
Yeah,
We're never in a paper or on social saying how much you did, and we see commercials, organizations that are way bigger than ours, giving very little, and we do 10 times what they do, but it's all good because the people in our communities know what we're doing.
No, that's awesome. There's something that you mentioned that I wanted to kind of bring it back to, right? You said golf is almost therapeutic, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny when we started Stay Tranquilo, like golf to me was the place to go. Stay tranquilo.
Charles Barkley always said,
it.
"Hey, if it wasn't for golf, where would I drink and smoke?" Right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's something where people get away.
Awesome.
Yeah, you get away.
100%.
Yeah, you could have a drink. I don't personally drink because it just messes up my game.
Yeah, I feel you.
And I blame the drink, but at the same time, it's nice to relax with your friends. You're always with people you know, and I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong, but have you ever been paired with with a random? And the guy is super cool.
Yeah,
it's always there's good people in golf. There's very good people.
That's a great point.
That sort of reminds me of the time me and Andre go to play at Killian.
Yeah.
And we're paired with the guy who found your.
Oh my God! This is a crazy story. Like an actual goosebumps. Like how. Like I could have played the lotto and probably had a better chance of happening. So I had a Yeti that I had made, right? Custom Yeti, engraved with my Stay Tranquilo logo on it. My other image of like the hammock that I have, right? And I put it on there and I engraved it, whatever. I go to play golf one day, this is years ago, and I left it somewhere in the cart or something like that. And I'll never forget when I lost it that day, that I was already 20 minutes away from the course. I'm like, you know what? I'll just make another one. Like, I'm not going to really go out of my way. I don't even know where I left it. But whoever found it, it was meant to go into that guy's hand. I remember telling myself that day, right? Years later, I go to play golf with him, and we had drove to Palmetto that day. We were going to play out Palmetto that day, which is where I had left it originally. So we go there to the course. The course is closed. Something happened there. They were only playing the front, and you had to play the front twice or something like that. I'm like, screw that. Let's just go play at Killian. So we go to Killian. And that day, of course, it was packed. And I think we started on the back weirdly that day too. So we start on the back, we play the back 9, and then we get to the front 9 to start, hole 10 essentially. And when we get there, it's all stacked up. And we start talking to the guys in front of us, and he's like, we're 2, is it cool if we just like partner to kind of keep pace of play going, right? So we partner with him, and he comes up and he's carrying this black Yeti in his hand, right? And he goes, oh, dude, I have the same Yeti. He's telling me. And I'm like, oh, yeah, the Yetis are awesome. I don't even like put 2 and 2 together because in my head, I'm like, this is one of one. Like, it's literally only one of these in the world. And he goes, oh, I have the same one. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I love the black color Yetis. And he goes, no, like I have the same one. It says Stay Tranquilo on it. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? And he goes, and he shows it to me. He grabs it and he's just like, dude, I have the same one. shows me it's the fucking Yeti
Home.
with the engraving, with the logo, and he goes,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, I don't know, I have like a million of these things in my wife, and this is my golf Yeti. And I'm like, bro, you're not gonna believe me when I tell you this shit.
I left that thing at Palmetto
5 years ago. And he goes, nah, dude, like I've had this thing. I'm like, yeah, I left it there, and it's one of one. This is my brand. I made this shit for me. And he goes, oh my God. He's like, do you want it back? Like, like dude, no. He
That's
felt bad.
awesome.
He calls his wife and his son. He's like, where the fuck did you guys get this Yeti from? He's like, I don't know. And I was
That's
like,
crazy.
dude, what are the
That's
freaking chances
chances.
of that?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And there's
the
always good
random
stories
pairings.
around that with golf, right? So
Yeah.
it's something that's, as tough as this course was. I played it yesterday with a couple
It's
sponsors.
so tough.
Nice.
I got a birdie on 18. That's the only thing I
Yeah,
remember.
of course,
Exactly.
of course.
Only thing I
I
remember
go
about
5
yesterday.
double bogeys in a row, but I birdied
if
all
I get a
of them.
birdie,
18.
it's
And I finished.
day
I was off
made,
the
day
course,
made.
Yeah? Can't
Absolutely.
get better than that.
Yeah,
So
man. Well, thank you for putting this together.
No, man.
Yes.
We appreciate your
it.
support and
Of course.
and Johnny Cuba for always being here. We love having Lucy
Amen.
here, and it's always good to
Appreciate
hear
it,
and
brother.
play
Thank
some
you.
golf, man.
Yes, sir.
Get
Let's
them
have a good
straight.
time out
Get
there
them
today.
straight.
Yes,
I
sir.
will try.
All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you.